Students, we are learning lesson 6 and this is video 10 of the lesson. Today we are going to learn about blood vessels. As we have seen earlier, there are certain components for the transportation system. The components are components are heart, blood vessels and blood. So we have seen about the heart and its function. Now we are going to see about the blood vessels. Blood vessels means they are the tubes which carry blood from one part of the body to other. That is, blood circulates throughout the body along a definite route through the tubes called blood vessels. Blood vessels are of three types: arteries, veins and capillaries. Arteries are the blood vessels. They are thinner one. It carries blood from heart to different organs. This blood vessels always carries oxygenated blood. That means blood which flows in the arteries contains oxygen except pulmonary artery. Now why not pulmonary artery? Because you have seen in the previous double circulation of the blood in heart that blood from the heart is sent to the lungs through the artery called pulmonary artery, and it is sent to the lungs for purification. That means from the heart, when it goes to the lungs, then it carries carbon dioxide. So this is a deoxygenated blood. So all the arteries carries oxygenated blood except pulmonary artery. Arteries have thick elastic walls. Since blood is pumped into arteries by the heart, it is under high pressure. Blood is pumped into the arteries, that is, from the left ventricle the blood goes to the aorta, which is having a bigger diameter. From the aorta, it is going to be pumped into the thinner arteries. So from a bigger diameter, if the diameter is big, from this big diameter, if the thing enters into a thinner one, suppose a big diameter aorta is there, if it is going to enter into the thinner artery, then lot of pressure is there. Because of that, it has got thick walls to tolerate the pressure. Valves are absent in the arteries as it carries oxygenated blood. If the backflow is there, then no problem. So the valves are absent in arteries. Then veins. Veins carries blood from organs to the heart. That is, inside the organs the cellular respiration takes place and carbon dioxide is released. So it carries the carbon dioxide from the organs towards the heart to be separated from, that is, so that it can be purified. It always carries deoxygenated blood except pulmonary vein. Pulmonary veins carries oxygenated blood. It comes from the lungs towards the left ventricle. So it always carries deoxygenated blood except pulmonary vein. Veins have thin walls and valves are present in the veins to prevent backward flow of blood as it contains carbon dioxide. Third one is capillaries. When artery carrying oxygen. Now let us see what are capillaries. See this diagram. Now this artery comes out from the aorta as it carries oxygenated blood. The aorta is divided into branches called arteries. Each artery enters one organ. Suppose this is one artery entering the organ. This is an organ. So when it enters the organ is having so many cells. Say this is 1, 2, 3. These are the cells. So when the artery enters it, then it branches into sub branches. It has smaller branches. These branches are called arteriole. Arteriole enters each cell and provides it oxygen. And then when in the cell the cellular respiration takes place and carbon dioxide is released, then carbon dioxide containing blood comes out. That means it is poured into other capillaries. They are called venules. The venules comes out of the cell carrying carbon dioxide. All the venules unite together to form the vein. So vein comes out of the organ carrying carbon dioxide. So the combination of the arteriole and venule is called capillaries. So capillaries are responsible for exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide inside the organ. This is the capillary. Now next topic is lymphatic system. Sometimes when this arteriole enters the cell, then there is a leakage. That is, there are certain pores in the arterioles, and because of the pores or because of the improper joining with the cell, certain substances comes out of it. It is leaked out, and this is leaked out of the blood. So when the capillaries enter the cells, some amount of plasma, proteins and blood cells escape out and falls in the intercellular space through the pores. Some of the plasma, then proteins and blood cells, they escape out from here and falls in between the cells, that is in the intercellular space. And this substance which got leaked out, which comes out of the capillaries, slipping out, this is called lymph. Lymph is colorless and contains less proteins as compared to blood. Then lymph drains into lymphatic capillaries from intercellular space. When it comes out, then by the side of the arteriole, smaller lymphatic capillaries are also there. So lymphatic capillary will collect all the intercellular things which has slipped out. So lymph drains into lymph capillaries. These are the arteriole from the artery. Similarly, lymph vessel is also there, which is divided into lymphatic capillaries. So lymph drains into lymphatic capillaries from intercellular spaces, and lymphatic capillaries join to form lymph vessels. Again the lymphatic capillaries will come out of the cell and it join to form lymph vessel. Along with the vein by the side, the lymph vessel is also there. Lymph vessels finally open into the large veins. So lymph vessel will open into this vein and pour all the things which is that it has collected from the intercellular spaces. What is the function of lymphatic system? Lymph collects intercellular fluid through the medium of lymph vessels and returns it to the blood circulation. Whatever has been lost in the intercellular space because of the leakage from the capillaries, they are recollected. They are collected by the lymph and then they are returned back to the blood circulation. In the villi of small intestine, lymph vessels absorbs lipids and conduct them to blood circulation. In the villi of small intestine, as we know, the blood absorbs the nutrients. While absorbing, certain nutrients may slip out of the capillaries. And along with the capillaries, beside capillaries, the lymph capillaries are also there. So whatever slips out of the blood, for example lipids, they're slippery one, they slips out. So the lymph capillaries there collects the lipid and again pours it into the arteries and conducts them to the blood circulation. Thus the lymph protects against diseases. Means whatever loss is there from the blood during circulation, it recollects. Because of that, it protects us against the diseases because it do not allow any loss of the nutrient content. So the lymph protects us from diseases. So these are the functions of the lymph. That's all for today. We'll meet in the next video.